Hey guys, Chris the Ultimate Recycler here, and this is a little bit different to my normal videos on my channel. I'm not specifically a car channel, in fact I'm not a car channel at all, but there will be a little bit of content involving old cars. This one is a 26-year-old Ford Falcon AU utility, made in Australia, 6-cylinder, was a farm ute. Now we had this on the farm, so it has a bit of an emotional attachment to me, and many of you that have been on the channel for a while will certainly remember the great farm cleanup and the whole saga that was. Now this ute was Dad's ute, and unfortunately we don't have Dad with us anymore, but we do have his ute and we're going to keep it as a family ute. I know ute's a very Australian term, you'll have to get used to me saying that, and it runs really well. Dad spent a lot of money on it in the last few years. Mechanically it's really good, but it has spent the best part of a decade doing hard farm work, towing trailers, driving through the paddocks, chasing sheep, all sorts of stuff like that. It's pretty dirty, and the local mechanic I had check it out because it spent the last 2 years really just sitting in a shed over there. We had a flat battery every time we went to use it, and I took it to the local mechanic and he checked it over, said it's pretty good, but he actually found a rat's nest up inside the heater core under the dash, full of straw. They'd made a bit of a mess and it still smells a bit like rats, but that's okay. We're going to fix it up. I thought I'd do a bit of a playlist. The videos won't come along that often, but I'm going to clean it up. We're going to keep it for the family, as I mentioned, and it's going to reside here where it will be available for any of our extended family to use, because they all know it as Pa's ute or the farm ute. And if anyone needs a vehicle where they can put something in the back, or they just need an extra vehicle while theirs is being serviced or something, it will be available for family use. And I think that's a good way to honour this car. And it is a classic. A 26-year-old car is considered a classic car. So I'll give you a bit of a look around it. It's pretty rough still. Mechanically it's good. It needs a wash. I'm going to ask you guys a few questions or your opinions, and over time we will be doing a bit of work on it. We'll be keeping it as ship shape as we can, and probably there'll be repairs and things to do which I may as well film. I'll try and do them all myself. It has got a job tomorrow, and that's why I'm filming this evening. My daughter Jess has to take a big heavy stove from their new restaurant up to Shepparton, nearby town, and my van's full of junk, which it nearly always is, and my Toyota Hilux ute needs a new radiator, so it can't drive far. So this is the guy for the job. So I've got to get some stuff out of the back that's still left over from our farm cleanup, and then Jess said she'll take it down to the car wash in the morning and give it a wash. That'll be the first part of its revitalising. As I said, mechanically it's good, we just need to tidy it up, and then I've got a few jobs to do. Let me show you around it. Okay, it's dirty because it hasn't been washed for quite some time. When I did go back to the farm on occasions, I just sprayed it with a pressure washer just to get the dust off the windscreen and just neaten it up a little bit. But it does need a very good wash. The UHF antenna on the front, most farmers used UHF radios around the district, and Dad has one still in it, so we might leave that there. I kind of like the antenna on the front there. But what I'm not sure of, and I will ask you guys, this little plastic cover here, I know it's designed to stop the bonnet getting stone chips, but it always seems to get very dirty under there, and I just don't like it. I think it'd look nicer with that off. So let me know what you think of that. It's not going to be doing much driving on gravel roads or anywhere where it's likely to get stone chips. I mean, yes, you can pick up some stone chips on the highway, but it's a genuine Ford part, but I don't know if I like it there or not. Whilst we're talking about plastic bits, the driver's door has this windshield or wind deflector thing. Now they're kind of cool. I used to have a car years ago with those, and back when I was a smoker it was actually good because you could have the window down and you didn't get all the terrible wind noise or the wind blowing in your face. I'm not sure if I like it these days. It does make it pretty good to drive though if you do like to stick your arm out the window, but again I'm not sure. What do you think? I think I'm more likely to keep that than the front piece, but I'll be interested to read your comments. The windscreen's good, there's no chips to the windscreen. It does get a lot of leaves and things down the front here, which we can't really avoid. I guess that's just the design of it. I will be trying to give this all a clean up. It's all quite weathered. It's been out in the sun a lot and the plastics tend to go a bit chalky. I've got a product I'd like to try on that, so we'll see how we go. I won't lift the bonnet this time, but we will have a look at that in future videos. Now the wheels. It's got kind of nice, they're not mags, they're just wheel covers, but they're over steel rims and the rims have rusted a bit. And I'm thinking they might look quite good, and it was suggested to Dad, I think a few years back, that it would be nice to paint the rims, maybe a black, and then put the covers back on. I think that would look a lot smarter. Just a little cosmetic thing, but I reckon that would be something good to do. Now apparently these utes, this is a super cab, so it gives you a bit of space behind the seats for a bit of storage room. And I think this was the first Australian made ute, if I remember correctly, to have a separate tub on the back. So you could actually take the tub off and put a flat tray or different options on the back. Most of the previous utes, and I used to drive an XA, which was a 70s era utility, and they had one single body. You couldn't change the tub, but this one you could. I'm going to leave it original. I like the classic ute style and the tonneau cover on the back. It's got a few little dents and scrapes, mainly on the back. We'll probably touch that up. That's scratched around a lot. I'm not sure what's happened there. Could have been any number of things that Dad towed around the farm that bumped into it. A couple of little nicks to the corner. That's just a separate piece. I might even have a go at painting that one day. The tail light looks like it's got a crack in it, so technically it wouldn't pass a roadworthy, but we don't have to worry about that because we're not transferring the registration. It's registered in Mum's name, I think. Or it is now. I think that's how it worked. There's a dent here. Don't think I can do much about that. I've never really done any panel work, so I'm not about to try that, but I don't know. I think the corners would be easier to patch up because that's just a separate little cover. Might even come off and we can repaint that. That tail light's okay. And it's pretty straight. It's never been in an accident that we know of. We did buy it second hand. It's pretty dusty and dirty inside. I think the seat covers probably could be replaced or fixed up. I might even pull the seats out one day and we'll give it a really good clean. Very dusty around the dash. It's an automatic transmission, which most of these things of this era were. It's still got a lot of stuff in here from when Dad had it on the farm, and behind the seats I think there's all sorts of tools and things, so I will clean it all out. But at this stage Jess is going to wash the outside tomorrow, but I do need to get some stuff out of the back so she can use it. Okay, well, let's get the stuff out of the back. Now this is still things that I loaded in here the last time I was at the farm, which is, it's not far off 12 months ago. It's been a long time. I probably won't ever be back. I do have an update video for those of you that did watch the farm clean up. I'm just getting a few photos and things in order and I'll post that video. Okay, it still looks like a farm ute. So we have the pressure washer, spare tyre, an old battery. That was the old battery. We did put a new one in it. That's the steering box from the old Chamberlain tractor that Steve, my son, got, so I've got to get that to Steve. Various bits of pipe, and the microwave out of the farm kitchen is under there. So I better empty this so Jess can use it tomorrow. So there we go. I've finally unloaded from cleaning up the farm. Now I've got to sort all this stuff out along with everything else I've got from the farm. We probably should give this a bit of a clean out. Well, that's as clean as the old girls looked for a long time, but it's only farm clean. It's not really clean, but it'll do for Jess to take tomorrow, and we might get a bit of a shot of it after she's washed it at the car wash. And I've got to go and help her load the oven, so maybe we'll get some footage of that too for you to watch. We'll catch you in the morning. And so this morning we went out and picked up this commercial oven. This is in the basement of the new function centre that the girls are going to be basing their business from. They'll be moving from the cafe out at the caravan park, and they're planning to do much more, let's say, lucrative functions with wedding receptions and corporate dinners and that sort of stuff. So Jess is hoping to have this oven reconditioned. I think it's in working order, it just needs a good check over. And it's so good to have the ute available for jobs like this, because my van, as I said earlier, is nearly always full, and the girls all drive sort of small hatchback cars, which would be impossible to move something like this. So we got it on fine, tied it down, and then Jess was going to take it up to Shepparton, which is about 40 minutes away from here. And then she was going to their other business over in Euroa, which is a half an hour another direction, where they do run a wood-fired pizza and entertainment type venue. Here's the ute now. Didn't get a chance to have a wash, although it looks pretty clean here. So hopefully it'll come back washed. Now you may remember early in the video I said the ute will be residing here. I don't really want to keep it out on the street. We can only get one car in our carport at the moment, so maybe that should give me some motivation to make some more room, because the carport's long enough, so I must get onto that. I'm sure you'll agree. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We might do a few more on, as I said, doing some work to the ute over time. Let me know what you think of that. I'm not going to turn into a car channel, but I do like tinkering with cars. One day I might even get back into an old 70s V8 just for old time's sake. Who knows? I'd have to build a shed to keep it in, but maybe down the track we'll have a playlist on that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.